Yeah. Young man, always surfing, no waves. I do it for the kids.
All for the youngest. Young man, always surfing, no waves. I do it for the kids.
They wanna know.
They wanna know
Who I do it for.
who I do it for.
I do it all. I do it all. Do it for.
Well, hey kids, welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Daily Snack. My name is Jeff. I'm so glad that you're here, just ready to hang out this week. And what I want to do today is I want to do a little bit of a recap on what happened Sunday at Kids Church at Journeys Crossing. And then also, I've got a challenge for you today. It's not always going to be on Tuesdays, but the first couple weeks of the season, they've both been on Tuesdays. But I want to keep you on your toes, too. But I do have a challenge for you today. All right, first of all, if you weren't at Kids Church on Sunday or you didn't watch Sunday's video, go back and watch Sunday's video, and you're going to learn all about our main point for the week, which was Heroes Tell the Truth. And in there, Pow and Kabam had a whole adventure. They are trainees at the Superhero Training Center in Mega City, and they heard some Bible stories from Lady Truth that she tried to help them understand the importance of telling the truth. She told them, she told them about Nathan the prophet and the time he had to tell truth to David. She told them about a guy named Balaam who had to tell truth to a king long ago. And then she told them about a prophet named Micaiah. And that's the prophet that is going to come into our challenge this week. So my challenge for you this week is to go back and to read specifically the tale of the prophet Micaiah. We find his story in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 22, verses 1 to 40. And this takes place, you'll read about a couple of kings, one named Ahab and one named Jehoshaphat. At this point in the history of Israel, Israel wasn't Israel. Israel was actually two countries. And King Jehoshaphat was the king of Judah. And King Jehoshaphat is in the Bible described as a good king who helped the people follow God. King Ahab was the king of Israel. On the other hand, he was described as a bad king, a horrible king. A king who did more evil than any king who would ever come before him. Ahab and Jehoshaphat, as you are going to read, are trying to decide whether they should go to war against another country. And the subject of Micaiah, a prophet of God, comes up. Your job in this challenge is going to be to read 1 Kings 22, chapters 1 through 40, and be able to answer this question on Sunday. What happens to King Ahab? What happens to King Ahab? You can write it down in case you're worried you're going to forget about it or things like that. You can write down whatever it is you want to say. You can even just give it to me if you get nervous. But what happens to King Ahab? And what you're going to learn in this story, the reason we shared it on Sunday, is that heroes do tell the truth. Heroes tell the truth because it helps us to love others. Telling the truth to others is loving to them. Lying to others is not loving. Loving others is actually one of the ways that we can show love to God. God made every person you meet, and he does not want us to hurt any of them. Lies hurt. So when we don't lie, when we tell the truth, we refrain from hurting others, we love others. God, that's a way to show love to God. And it helps us to be able to share the good news with others, because when we don't share truth with others, they stop believing us. And who's going to believe good news that we have to share if we lie to people all the time? So telling the truth is a really important part of living out God's design for our lives. I can't wait for you to dig in. This is an exciting story. There is mayhem, there is bloodshed, there is war, there is prison, all in 40 verses in the Bible. 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 1 to 40. And then what do you get if you fulfill this challenge? Well, I've got a whole prize cart here at the building on Sunday mornings. It has candy in it. It has Mad Libs in it. It has splash balls in it. It has sidewalk chalk in it. It has frisbees. It has hula hoops. And who knows what else it's going to have come this Sunday. So if you can read these 40 verses of the Bible, it'll take you probably 2 minutes. If you can find out what happens to King Ahab, which is really obvious in the story, and tell me on Sunday, I will hook you up with the prize cart. Man, I can't wait to see you on Sunday, and I hope you have a great job reading about the prophet Micaiah and what happens to King Ahab. See you Sunday. And be back here tomorrow on the Daily Snack because we're going to check in at the Superhero Training Center with Pow and Kabam and see what is going on with them. Check you out tomorrow with the Daily Snack and then see you Sunday at Journey's Crossing. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Young man, always surfing, no waves. I do it for the kids.
All for the youngest. Young man, always surfing, no waves. I do it for the kids.
They wanna know.
They wanna know
Who I do it for?
who I do it for.
I do it all. I do it all. I do it for the kids.
They wanna know.